Выстрел!
In the contested landscapes of eastern Ukraine, the front lines near Pokrovsk have become a focal point of intense military pressure, where precision, patience, and psychological endurance define the daily reality of combat. Among the Ukrainian forces operating in this region, elite sniper units often associated with highly trained brigades, such as those formerly linked to the Azov formation, have taken on a critical and symbolic role in slowing Russian advances. Sniper warfare in this context is not simply about marksmanship. It is a calculated effort to disrupt movement, undermine morale, and impose a constant sense of vulnerability on opposing troops. In wooded belts, shattered industrial zones, and the skeletal remains of residential areas, Ukrainian snipers operate in small, concealed teams. Their missions are deliberate and methodical. Identify high-value targets, monitor supply routes, and engage when the tactical advantage is absolute. Reports from the front suggest that these units rely heavily on advanced optics, drone reconnaissance, and coordinated intelligence sharing. A sniper team may spend hours, sometimes days, tracking a single pattern of movement. Once a target is confirmed, the shot itself is only a fraction of the operation. The true skill lies in remaining undetected before and after engagement, often relocating immediately to avoid counter-sniper fire or artillery retaliation. Pokrovsk's strategic importance has amplified the stakes. As a logistical hub, it serves as a gateway to deeper positions in the Donbass region. Russian forces have intensified their efforts to press forward, deploying infantry in repeated assaults. In response, Ukrainian defenders have leaned on asymmetrical tactics, where small, highly trained units can stall or fragment larger attacking formations. The psychological dimension of sniper activity cannot be overstated. Soldiers advancing under the constant threat of unseen marksmen are forced to move cautiously, often slowing operations and increasing fatigue. Even the suspicion of a sniper's presence can alter behavior. Troops hesitate, take longer routes, or avoid exposed positions altogether. Over time, this erodes cohesion and confidence. For the snipers themselves, the toll is different but equally significant. The work demands extreme focus and emotional control. Engagements are intimate despite the distance, requiring a level of detachment that is difficult to sustain over prolonged deployments. Many operate under harsh conditions, enduring cold, isolation, and the ever-present risk of detection. Modern technology has also reshaped sniper warfare in Ukraine. Thermal imaging, counter-sniper radar, and widespread drone usage have made concealment more challenging. As a result, adaptability is crucial. Teams continuously refine their camouflage techniques, adjust firing positions, and integrate electronic warfare awareness into their routines. While accounts of taking out troops one by one often capture public attention, the broader reality is more complex. Sniper operations are just one component of a layered defense that includes artillery coordination, mechanized units, and aerial surveillance. Their impact is measured less in raw numbers and more in disruption, delaying offensives, protecting key sectors, and buying time for larger strategic maneuvers. As fighting around Pokrovsk continues, the role of elite sniper units underscores a defining characteristic of the conflict: the blending of traditional battlefield skills with modern technology and decentralized tactics. In a war where territory can shift slowly and at great cost, the quiet, calculated actions of a few individuals can influence the movement of many. The situation remains fluid, with both sides adapting to evolving conditions on the ground. What remains constant, however, is the high-stakes environment in which these sniper teams operate, where every decision, every movement, and every shot carries consequences far beyond the immediate moment. The 13th Cartia Brigade has become one of the most visible and fastest-growing formations within Ukraine's National Guard. What began as a volunteer unit defending Kharkiv in the early days of Russia's full-scale invasion has since expanded into a corps, operating along some of the most contested sections, including Bakhmut in 2023, and more recently, the battles around Kupiansk, where it helped retake roughly 90% of the city. Just a short drive beyond Kharkiv, the war reveals itself in fragments, in positions, in improvised workshops, in training grounds, and in the people moving between them. On a large parking lot in Saltivka, the northeasternmost district of Kharkiv, a white van pulls up. The sliding door opens. Inside are Titan, the driver, Kit, and Kat. With a slight smile, I check once more if I heard correctly. Kat is my contact with the Cartia Brigade, an operational unit with a high degree of autonomy, bringing together infantry, artillery, and drone systems under one structure. Based here in the city, its presence is hard to miss. Its tags and symbols appear on walls, bus, and tram stops across Kharkiv and beyond. We head further north, passing one high-rise after another, long rows of Soviet-era panel buildings. Saltivka is among the areas most frequently hit by Russian drones and missiles. Facades are torn open, entire sections are missing, and some floors are exposed. Almost every block has windows boarded up with plywood. It is mild, the kind of day that makes it feel as if winter has receded. People come up from the metro, stand in line at small kiosks and markets, and traffic moves through the streets. Right after the city limits, we reach an intersection where the picture starts to change. It is something I have seen before in other frontline regions in Ukraine. Checkpoints, concrete blocks, and heavy steel crosses set along the road. To the left and right, shallow ditches cut through the ground, coils of barbed wire stretched between them. The further we go, Titan picks up speed, pointing to the increasing threat from above. On either side, I recognize the charred shells of houses and shops, some burned out completely. We leave the main road and turn onto a narrow dirt track. As the city falls behind us, the surroundings become more rural, but not in any sense of calm or retreat. Quite the opposite. Scattered houses appear, some still standing, others hollowed out. Then another turn, a driveway, before the engine cuts. We finally enter a house that has been sealed off from the outside world. The windows are covered with black plastic from within, blocking all natural light. The first room, once a winter garden, is filled with gear. Boots, helmets, jackets, everything layered and stacked, not carefully arranged, but ready to be used at any moment. On a bench, two small kittens sleep on a cushion. Men move through the space continuously, entering, leaving, passing each other without stopping. Some pause briefly, lingering for a cigarette or crouching down to play with the kittens. One of them climbs onto a lap and stays there, indifferent to everything else. The mood is relaxed, not tense. Inside the small house, the kitchen is functional in the most minimal sense. Nothing has been cleaned beyond what is necessary to use it. Further inside, a room with bunk beds, 2 levels, narrow frames, sleeping bags thrown across thin mattresses. There is no table, no central point. Everything is provisional, set up with the understanding that it may have to be abandoned as circumstances change.
Пидорасы.